Hey, my name is Lukas, and in this video we're going to take a look at Zammad. And Zammad is a very powerful help desk software. It offers a ton of features and it's a really great product, and I encourage you to give it a shot. The easiest way to get started is through their cloud service. You can simply sign up on the homepage and get started in minutes. But what's also really great is that Zammad is open source, which means they published all of their code online and you can run your own version of Zammad in the cloud. So without further ado, let's dive into how you can run Zammad in the cloud using Zammad and Sliplane. So let's go to Google and I will type in Zammad Docker Compose. And then right here we find the official Zammad Docker Compose repository. So make sure you are right here at Zammad/Zammad Docker Compose. And right here in the repository, we will find a Docker Compose.yaml file. And I will just copy this file. And then I will go over to Sliplane.io. And Sliplane is a cloud provider that makes it very easy to run Dockerized applications in the cloud, and it provides all of the tools you need to build, run, and monitor your Dockerized applications. So let's get started using our GitHub account. If you don't have a GitHub account, you can create one for free. I already have one, so I will click on Get Started with GitHub. Then I will be logged into the dashboard, and then I will create a new project and name this one Zammad. So I will click on the project, click on Deploy Service. And first thing that I have to do next is create a new server. So I will click on Create Server right here. And since Zammad is a pretty big application, the base server type won't be enough for us. So I will choose the next bigger one and I will give it a name and name this one Zammad. You can also choose a different location if you want to. Germany Falkenstein is fine in my case. So I will click on the server right here. And then I click on Add Service. And right here on the top right corner, there is this little terminal icon. And if I click on the terminal icon, you can see a parser. And here it says paste your Docker run command or Docker Compose YAML file. And we just copied the Docker Compose file from Zammad and we will paste in the file right here. And there's a few modifications that we need to do. If we scroll back up on to the top, this version declaration, it is possible, but it won't work with the Compose version that is running right here. So we need to get rid of it. And also what you could do is go through these environment variables and add different environment variables. You can see right here we have, for example, environment variables for the Postgres database. We have the database, the host, the user, password, port, etc. And for example, if you want to use it specified some defaults right here that's going to fall back. For example, the user is going to be Zammad and the password is also going to be Zammad. Maybe you want to use a more secure password. So I can go over here and grab this environment variable and say, let's use this secure password right here. And then I click on the plus to edit. And you could go through each of these other environment variables as well and set your own values right here. And if we're happy with the configuration, I will click on Add Service right here on the top right. As you can see, it pulled out a bunch of different services, and we have a cache database, and we have our Postgres, we have Redis, we have a backup service, search service, etc. So there is a bunch of different services, and you can also go into each of these services, inspect the configuration, and maybe adjust some settings right here and there if you need to. So I will leave all of the defaults right here in my case, but one thing that we do need to change is here in this Zammad Nginx service. This will be our entry point for the application. And in order to access it, we need to make this public. So I will switch this toggle from not exposed to public, and then I will save the changes. And then I will click on deploy down here at the bottom right of the page. And now, as you can see, it is going through each of these services. It is verifying that the configuration is correct. And if everything is fine, it will schedule the deployment in the background. And after a few seconds, our services are deploying. And as you can see, these are the 10 different services right here. First one has already been deployed. So if you see this little play icon, it means the service is running. So these are a lot of different services, so it's going to take a while. So let's quickly wait for all of that to finish. After about 10 minutes, all of the services have been deployed, but there is an issue with the Zammad Nginx service. And if we take a look at the last deploy, it says failed, health checks fail. And if we quickly look at the log messages, we see this message, Zammad Rails server could not be resolved. And this is most likely because the Zammad Rails server wasn't ready when Nginx tried to start. So what we're going to do is I will simply hit redeploy right here. And then after a few seconds, you can see a new deploy is in progress. And let's just wait for the deploy to finish. And hopefully this time we won't get any issues. You can also click on the deploy. You already saw that it has been successful. And right here in the settings, you can see and review all of the settings that you just set. And if you need to change anything. So we are hooked up with this public domain right here. And if I click on the public domain, you can see that we have an instance of Zammad running on our server, and we can quickly go through the setup process. I will just write some dummy data right here. Whoops, and this happened to me before. This object already exists. I don't know what is going on right here, but if I just click create a second or third time, then it will work. And I don't know why this is sometimes, but yeah, just don't be intimidated and just click on it a couple of times until it will work eventually. So we can also give our organization a name and fill out all of these other onboarding settings, but I will just skip all of that until I am finally redirected to my Zammad application. So that's already it for this tutorial. I hope you like it. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video with anyone who is interested, and I'll see you next time.